Hey, what's good, everybody? You know who it is. You know what it is. It's another live session. I got my friend Noisetteya, the visual artist from heaven, living art herself. In 2024, we got together to talk about her art. She is originally from the Cheltenham district in England, and we were talking about her incredible um, oil painting. I think she was doing it in oil. It's called Pumaids in Venice. An incredible, incredible piece of work. I think is that the 10 foot piece? It's like 10 foot.
No, no, it's behind me.
Oh, it's behind.
So yeah.
She's sealing. No, we're not going to do the reveal right now. We're not going to do the
Oh,
reveal.
okay, sorry.
You're center. You're center space. You're center space. Anyway, so Noisetteya is now exhibiting the new painting in Bristol, England.
Bristol, yes.
A new art exhibit. So welcome back. Great to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much, Jerry. So lovely to see you again.
You know, you guys will remind you from 2024, Noisetteya, in a world of contemporary art, she's emerged as a name synonymous with creativity, passion, and transformation. Some amazing, amazing pieces. Um, a little background. She was, in the law field and decided, nah, I'm going to paint. And she's painting herself into pieces, her lovely daughter into pieces, and just, man, let's revamp how you see art. I know that one time when we talked, you said that some black musicians had inspired you to kick off kind of your career. Recap and let's talk about where we at, where we started, where we at now.
So yeah, I mean, the one that you were talking about when you first started, that was the big angel piece. That's the 10-foot squared
Ah,
painting.
okay,
So that one, yes, that was inspired by while I was listening to Kanye West,
okay.
who I actually done a drawing of him, a commission
Wow.
for his birthday. So that was
Congratulations.
fun. You can see
Congratulations.
that on my page. So that was commissioned by a friend of his for Kanye's birthday, or Ye's. You know, you have to
Yay.
refer to him as Ye now, don't you?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Um, so yes, that was for his birthday. At the moment, I'm also working on a really big piece, and it's actually inspired by the designer Scarparelli. Do you know
I do not know
Scarparelli?
that designer.
Ah,
I,
I'm
I'm a
surprised.
I'm a hoodie guy.
Yeah, but you may know, have you ever seen Kylie Jenner with
Yes,
the big dress and the lion's head?
I did recall.
It looks like a real lion's head on her shoulder. So that dress was a couture dress by Scarparelli.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
the piece that I'm doing at the moment has a great big puma that I've
Okay.
sculpted to look similar to this realistic, you know, great big cat sat on her shoulder. It sat on the side of my painting.
Okay.
So I'm
Ah,
excited to show that one when it's finished.
look. With the other one was a tiger with a supine lady, and they were embraced. I forgot what you said that one meant.
That one's called Mammal Brain.
Okay, mammal brain. Okay,
Yeah.
and the story behind that one, because that was gorgeous.
Thank you very much. So that one was inspired by a book I'd read about the brain and how the brain works.
Hmm.
And there's a part of our brain called the mammal brain, and it's basically our animal instincts to be sort of hypnotized by our feelings. So the tiger represents passion and lust that can sort of seduce you into feeling like it's an amazing decision at the time. But then in hindsight,
Mm.
actually, it's probably not the best thing for us when you think with other parts of your brain.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
so it's all about passion and acting in the moment. And that's why, if you actually notice in the painting, the top half is sort of like a dream.
Hmm.
And you have this lady who's being sort of seduced by this feeling, which is the tiger. and then underneath it's sort of all the petals have fallen
Mm,
and it's roots that are dead. So that represents, what actually that feeling does to you in the end, sometimes, not all the time, but some toxic situations that you can stay in because you're totally seduced by your feelings.
okay. All right. We're here to talk about Pumaids in Venice. I consider this to be
Yeah,
our painting because I was there when it was still, you know, kind of, I don't know.
exactly.
I'm just having fun, but such an incredible beginning. And now we have it live. So before we have you slide to your right and do the big reveal of the completed piece, talk to me about Who Made in Venice, the inspiration behind it, and the story.
So I've been to Venice 3 times. Have you been to Venice before?
No, other
Okay.
other islands in Italy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city.
Mm,
And while I went there, I didn't have the best time
mm,
um, because of certain situations that were happening in my life at the time. But I thought it was still such a beautiful city.
mm,
So actually, the reason that I started this frame was because this is an antique gold gilded frame. And I saw it and it had a really dull, boring landscape inside,
mm.
but I could still see the beauty in the frame. And it reminded me of my experience in Venice.
Okay.
And while I was in Venice, I actually had an idea of this painting.
Mm,
So I thought, okay, I'm going to rip the original painting out and do my Venice in order to sort of capture the beauty of it properly that I wasn't able to experience while I was in Venice.
mm,
So that's why we have these beings that I've created called Pumaids,
mm.
which is like a mermaid puma.
Right.
And you have one that's sat very ethereal in the middle. And that represents where I was in my journey when I actually painted it, versus, as you'll see, there's turbulent waves and a lot of other pumas or pumaids caught up in this turbulence and not really knowing everything that they need to know. So they're all trying to get to where this one pumaid is in the middle.
Mm,
So at the bottom, there's like a feast, and I call it pearls of wisdom. So they're all trying to get to these pearls of wisdom so that they can sit at the top.
okay.
So that's kind of representative of our journeys and all these experiences that we have that teach us these lessons, even though it's not very nice at the time. Like my experience in Venice, it wasn't very nice at the time, but you can always gain something from it, and it's those pearls of wisdom.
Mm.
So that's basically where the painting came from in a nutshell.
So I really love the way you put it together. I saw the beautiful frame. It was an ugly landscape, and it was matching where I was at life. My experience was framed by a beautiful city, but the internal what was going on at the time was turbulent, not so nice, and you're finding a center of peace, a calm, and an anchor.
Yes.
Okay, and so that's what it represents. All right, well, let's take a look. Let me see it.
Okay, I'm going to move out of the way.
Look
And
at that. Pumaid in the center has found their anchor and rooted, and everybody else is in turmoil, and they're trying to get to the center, to their Zen or Nirvana spot. And the pearls of wisdom are the lessons learned, moving towards that final lesson. That is
exactly.
amazing. Okay, come on back.
Thank
That's
you. I'll
gorgeous.
send you a photo of it so that you
Please,
can, you know,
please.
add it while you're talking about those things,
We
so
have
people
to
can see it clearer.
absolutely. We have to have that in the story. And of course, we need new shots of you. It always art, and I see that you're doing. You still have this thing for the retro shops,
Yeah.
vintage. You're shopping vintage, and what's been the most amazing discovery you've made in a vintage shop since we last spoke?
Oh gosh. Do you know, I actually came across Venice again,
Okay.
Venetian masks.
Hmm.
So you know the masks that they wore. Do you know about I think it's the
At the
Venice Carnival.
masquerades and okay,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah, so I went to an antique shop, and obviously nobody knew that I'd planned on using Venetian masks
Mm,
in another project.
mm.
But I just came across this antique shop, and she had a whole wall full of authentic Venetian masks. So I've taken lots of photos of them. And I'm actually making a men's bomber jacket that's going to be hand painted.
Ooh,
And it's going to feature these Venetian masks. So,
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. So now I know that when we last spoke, you were transitioning from acrylic to focusing on oil. Are you still in that vein now, or are you mixing?
So the painting that I was talking to you about in the beginning, the Scarparelli one,
Hmm.
that's I've been using lots of different materials, but for the painting I've used acrylic because of the drying time. And
Hmm.
actually I wanted more of a pearlescent sheen to it. And
Okay.
you can get them in oils, but it's far easier to put that into acrylic paint.
Hmm.
So that's the main reason that I've been using acrylics for that one. But I'm also doing, I don't know if you've seen the big cafe painting with the dragon coming out of the kimono.
I may have.
Yeah,
You
so
have so
I'm
much.
using oil.
I try to see everything that you do, but I'm not
Thank
on
you.
even on social media like that anymore. Everything I do is kind of automated because I'm busy. I'm busy, but I'll take a look.
Yeah, so I'm doing two paintings at the same time. One is in oils and one is in acrylics. They're just on different sides of my studio.
Okay, I love it. So one of the things you said that was really fun for you is interacting with people as they're viewing your work and at their exhibits. So the exhibit is at what gallery, and when are you exhibiting from?
So this one is we're at a place right now. This is the gallery,
Okay,
and it's called 212 Productions.
okay.
So it's a mixture. It has a gallery. It also specializes in fine giclée printing.
Mm,
So I get all of my prints done here for that painting.
okay.
And they also run workshops. So they actually teach the traditional Da Vinci
Hmm.
method of painting here as well.
Oh wow. So um, the exhibit starts. It's exhibiting now. When does it become open to the public, and when are they going to get a chance to meet you and discuss the painting in person?
So Thursday evening is when, that's the official opening evening from 7 until 10 p.m.
Okay.
And it's open all over the weekend, so Thursday to Sunday. But I will be here on the Thursday evening and the Saturday because we have Meet the Artist so that people can come and talk to me or get a signed print and things like that.
That's gonna be dope. I want a sign print. Look, 212 Productions, Bristol, England. You get to meet Noisetteya and look at Pumaid in Venice. And I don't know if she'll give you any specific kernels about that journey as to what she was going through. But I think the important part is look at what developed in full color and effect inside this dynamo's mind. I can't imagine. Well, you have like 20 or 30 pieces at a time going. I see you know, different pieces here, different pieces there. How many projects do you have going at one time? I think you said once like 7 or 8 at one time.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of paintings going on at the same time. At the moment, I'm focusing on two, but they are very large. I mean, this one's probably, as I said, one of the smallest pieces that I've done.
Okay.
And the ones that are in my studio are massive. So it takes up a lot of time trying to get both of them done. And the newest one, the latest one, the Scarparelli piece, half of it is sculpture.
Mm,
So I've been working on that since last summer.
wow.
Yeah. So, and it's very interesting because half of the sculpture is embellished with real Swarovski crystals
Mm,
and gilded in gold. So it's very elaborate.
very elaborate.
um, and it has a lot of work gone into it. So
I still don't have a efficient thing. Swarovski. I think that's the first time I've ever said it correctly. The first time out
you
loud.
said it perfectly.
Ah, I did it. I did it. I remember. I think last time I was like Shirashi, Shirashi. I couldn't really get it out. It was hilarious. Like man, okay. Nothing more intimidating to a bland life than a beautiful, beautiful piece of art and a living piece of art. You're still an art exhibit yourself. I can't tell you. I started replaying our other interview, and I never knew I had that much of a female audience. And they're like, she's beautiful. I said, down to the every detail. She is exquisite. And they're like, yeah, where is she at? I'm like, she's in London. And she is a piece of art. She is an artist. And I hope, have been able to help your algorithm a little bit because people are like, this is beautiful. How do we, like, well, here she goes. And here's her work. And here's the story. Of course, I brag on the story, and I'm just really excited. Thank you for rocking with me, for the last couple of years and staying in contact. I'm always excited to see what you have um, going on and what you're doing. You, your lovely daughter, and your companion, your male companion. Um, Amazing just to see fun, just going out to dinner and like going to have a burger with Noisetteya is not just going to have a burger. It's going to be an experience. I'm excited. Do you plan? I know that we had talked about you possibly scheduling something in the States. Do have has there been any advance on that idea? Maybe you might want to not want to come right now, but
Yeah, it's a bit unpredictable there at the moment, isn't it? From what
kind of
I've
like the
heard.
waves in the painting.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to.
Um, Thank you very much, though, for the compliments. Let's backtrack a bit. That's very, very kind. It's very lovely. But I have had several offers to go to London, uh, New York, sorry,
Okay, okay, New
to
York.
go to New York. None of it's come to fruition yet, purely because I've been so busy.
Right.
But I would absolutely love to exhibit somewhere in America
Mm,
in the near future. I think the most difficult part of that being that my paintings are very big.
right.
So getting them over there, that painting would be fine, but
Right.
some of the larger ones might be, take a little bit of planning to get it over there and in one piece, make sure that it gets there in one piece. But no, I'm definitely not ruling it out, and I would love to do that one day.
Well,
And to meet you, of course.
I am excited to meet you. I'm excited to see the paintings in life. I have a friend who has some influence and some resources. Um, with your permission, I would love to approach them and say, get this artist here. Um, you have some exquisite pieces. We don't get often have an opportunity to see things that in depth. Everybody's talking about the historical pieces, but we have living history right here. This is the, New Matisse, Gauguin, all that together in a beautiful package with very thoughtful stuff that people nowadays can understand. The way you explained your experience in Venice and the motivation um, for Pumaids in Venice makes it very clear. And I think that um, audiences here would love to meet you and hear you speak and from the dais or, maybe in a fireside chat to discuss, the piece. So thank you for the permission. I'm going to approach them and say, hey, look, We got to make this happen in my lifetime, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would be honored. That would be a real privilege if you
okay.
were to do that. So thank you.
All right. Our time is brief today, unfortunately. Is there anything you wanted to cover or announce that I may have neglected? I'd love to give you the time.
No, I mean it's quite exciting because I do have I've gone a little bit music
Ah,
video
ooh.
with my next piece. I've actually created, I don't know if you saw the last piece that I did, Motherland. And I did a video to accompany that painting and with all the wild animals behind me
Oh,
because of the African theme.
okay.
So I've done something a little bit better with this new painting and created a sort of music video to go along with the story. And so I think it's going to be fun. I think probably within the next month
Okay.
I will be releasing that. So I'm
Okay.
excited for you to see it.
So do you have a YouTube so we could see that
I do
maybe?
have a YouTube. It will be coming out on Reels and
Okay.
everything anyway. I'll
Okay.
upload it onto YouTube for a long format, a longer format. Um, but yeah, so that's quite exciting. I like the idea of having something, a visual story to go alongside the piece of art rather than me just telling people what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
If they have a video that goes with it, I feel like it really helps with understanding the painting a lot more.
Mm. Okay. I'm excited to see it. So Motherland, that's still in your reels? You have it
Yeah,
still?
that's still in my reels. That was a painting that I did summer of last year.
Ah,
That was a commission, and that painting went to Africa.
okay. Now I've got to go back on here and look that video again. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to pay that much attention. We've been in expansion over here, and
Yeah,
yeah, and then I've been working the Texas market. So last time we spoke, I was in Kansas City market, and so I've been in the Texas market, and this place is a whole country of itself. I've been to several museums and covered some cultural things here, but I would my bucket list is to be at a Noisetteya exhibit and shake your hand and meet you, and I want to pose next to the tiger with the soup on her leg.
that would be amazing. It's on my bucket list as well now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Noisetteya, you can find her by that name on Instagram. Are you on TikTok as well? Or just,
Yes.
yes. And TikTok. She's Noisetteya across the board. Amazing visuals, amazing stories. Even the reels, if you sit with them, tell you a story just about her day to day life and how she sees the world and pulls the best out of it, or at least interprets what she's seeing, feeling, and observing. And I love it. I want to thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. As ever, it's been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. All right, guys. Till next time. We're going to get her here, though. We're going to get her here. Noisetteya.
Yeah,
Dr. Jerry Doby, Type
amazing.
Magazine. Peace.
Bye.